9 out of 10 drivers have no idea their cars are hiding secret features that could make every ride smoother, safer, and far smarter. Tiny buttons and clever little designs, built right into the cars we use every single day, can quietly save us from breakdowns, from long waits on the roadside, and even from repair bills worth hundreds of dollars. Yet most of us drive for years without ever realizing what's right under our hands. So today on Mechanical Wonders, we're about to unlock 15 hidden car features that can make even an ordinary drive feel extraordinary. From a tiny key that could save you in an emergency to a secret release switch that lets you move your car when the battery is completely dead, each of these features was designed with purpose. You just need to know where to look. So buckle up, adjust your mirrors, and let's explore what your car can really do. Because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand your vehicle better, but you'll drive it smarter, safer, and with a little more confidence every single day. Tip 1. The backup key inside your fob. Picture this. It's late at night, the parking lot is empty, and you reach your car only to realize your key fob won't respond. You press the unlock button again and again. Nothing happens. The battery inside your key fob has completely died. Most people panic at this point, thinking they're locked out until help arrives. But here's the secret. Most drivers don't know. Inside almost every modern key fob is an old-school mechanical key, hidden in plain sight. Look closely at your fob. On the side or back, there's a small latch or sliding switch. Press it and you'll see a slim metal key slide out. That's your emergency backup. And even better, the lock on your car is hidden too, usually behind a small plastic cover on the driver's door handle. Pop that cover off with the key and you can unlock your car manually. No locksmith, no towing, no panic. Just a clever little design feature that can save you at the worst possible moment. This hidden key exists because automakers know that electronics can fail, but mechanics rarely do. It's your built-in safety net, waiting quietly for the day you really need it. So, when you finish this video, grab your key fob, find that hidden key, and test it once. It takes less than 10 seconds, and it could save you from a midnight breakdown one day. A $2 battery might die, but knowledge like this will never fail you. Tip 2. The shift lock override. Move a dead car out of danger. Now that we've unlocked your door, let's tackle what happens when the real trouble begins. When your car dies in the middle of traffic, imagine this. You're at a busy intersection, the light turns green, and your car won't move. You try the ignition, but it's completely dead. You push the shifter, stuck in park. Traffic starts honking behind you, and panic sets in. Most people freeze in that moment or call for a tow truck. But mechanics and experienced drivers know there's a hidden feature built just for this. The shift lock override. It's a small safety mechanism that lets you move your car, even if the battery is gone. Look near your gear shifter. You'll notice a tiny plastic cap or a small slot labeled Shift Lock. Pop it off gently using your key or even a pen. Underneath, there's a small button.
First, locate the shift lock
Press it
override
down
tab.
while you move
Gently
your
pry it
shifter
open
out
with a
of
pen.
park, and suddenly you can shift into neutral. That simple move lets you push or roll your car safely out of traffic, without power, and without damaging your transmission. This feature became mandatory after too many drivers were stuck in live traffic with cars that couldn't move. It's purely mechanical, which means it'll still work when every electronic system in your car fails. Think of it as your emergency escape hatch, a little button that can turn chaos into control. Before the day ends, take a moment to find it. Look next to your shifter, or check your manual to see where it's hidden in your model. Knowing where it is before you ever need it can make all the difference when something goes wrong. Because the truth is, the smartest drivers aren't the ones who never face problems. They're the ones who understand their machines well enough to stay calm, take control, and keep moving when others can't. And up next, we'll explore another overlooked feature that could transform how you sit, Steer and stay comfortable on every drive. One simple adjustment that most people never make, but every great driver should. Stay with me. It might break down one day. A $2 battery might die, but knowledge like this will never fail you. Tip 3. The steering wheel adjustment lever. Comfort meets control. Let's talk about something almost every driver ignores, even though it's right in front of them. Your steering wheel. You might think it's fixed in place, but it's not. Most modern cars have a small lever hidden beneath the steering column, and that tiny handle holds the secret to driving comfort, visibility, and even safety. Just reach under the steering wheel. You'll feel a latch or small lever. Pull it down, and suddenly your steering wheel becomes fully adjustable. Depending on your car, it can tilt up and down, or even telescope forward and backward. Now here's the part most drivers never realize. Your steering wheel position directly affects how your body feels after every drive. If you're sitting too close, your arms and shoulders tighten. Too far, and your back strains while your reaction time slows. The right position keeps your arms slightly bent, your eyes centered on the dashboard, and your airbag perfectly aligned with your chest, not your face. It also gives you full control during sharp turns or emergency maneuvers. And yet, surveys show that nearly 40% of drivers never adjust their steering wheel. Not once. They just accept whatever position the last person left it in. Maybe a spouse, maybe a valet, maybe the car's default setting from the day they bought it. Take 10 seconds today to find your perfect position. Once you lock it in, your shoulders relax, your posture improves, and your control behind the wheel feels effortless. You'll wonder how you ever drove without it. Driving isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about feeling in command, every mile of the way. Tip 4. The Sun Visor Extension. The secret to safer sunset driving. Now picture this. You're driving west at sunset. The sky is glowing gold, but that light cuts right across your vision, slicing between the windshield and the edge of your visor. You squint, lean forward, and maybe even lift a hand to block the glare. It's annoying and dangerous, but hidden right there above you is a clever little feature that almost nobody uses. Your Sun Visor Extension. Take a closer look at your visor. On many cars, there's a sliding panel inside it. Pull it out, and it extends several inches farther, covering that exact blind spot where sunlight sneaks through. This simple trick was designed to block glare during sunrise or sunset hours, when visibility is at its worst and accident rates spike. Yet most drivers don't even know it's there. They struggle with the glare for years, when the fix is literally a small tug away. Even better, many visors can swing to the side window, and that sliding panel still works there too. It's perfect for when the sun sits low and burns straight through the side glass. Once you've tried it, you'll instantly feel the difference. No more leaning forward or guessing what's ahead. Your eyes stay relaxed, your reaction time sharp, and your focus where it belongs, on the road. A small extension, yes, but one that brings huge comfort and safety to every drive into the sun. Tip 5. The Rear View Mirror Tab. The old-school night vision trick. Nighttime driving can be peaceful until a car behind you turns your mirror into a blinding spotlight. The glare from modern LED headlights can be brutal, reflecting straight into your eyes and making it almost impossible to see the road clearly. But here's something most people overlook. Your rear view mirror already has a built-in anti-glare function, and you don't need any fancy tech to use it. Look at the bottom edge of your mirror. You'll notice a small tab or lever. Flip it. That's it. With that one motion, the mirror adjusts its angle to scatter the harsh light coming from behind. You'll still see the cars behind you, but their headlights will fade into a softer, dim reflection. This isn't just comfort, it's safety. It keeps your pupils from contracting too quickly, preserving your night vision for the road ahead. And if your car has an auto-dimming mirror, the the same concept happens automatically through sensors that detect headlight brightness and adjust the glass tint in real time. But here's the catch. Many drivers accidentally disable this feature in their settings without realizing it. So, whether you've got the modern auto-dimming tech or the classic manual toggle, make sure it's active. Because when you can see the road clearly and comfortably, you don't just drive better, you drive longer, safer, and more confidently after dark. One simple flick of a tab can turn those blinding beams into gentle glows, transforming your night drives from stressful to smooth. And up next, we'll look at one button that not only keeps your car cool, but also protects your lungs from pollution and saves your air conditioning from wearing out too soon. Most drivers have no idea what it does, but once you learn it, you'll never drive without it again. Stay tuned. Tip 6. The Recirculation Button. Your car's built-in air shield. Let's move from visibility to something you breathe every moment you drive. Air quality. You've probably noticed that little button on your dashboard, the one with a car and a circular arrow inside it. Most people ignore it or press it at random, not really knowing what it does. But that tiny symbol is one of the most powerful tools for your comfort and your health. It's called the Recirculation Button, and it controls whether your car pulls air from outside or reuses the air already inside the cabin. When you hit that button, your car stops drawing in air from the outside world and instead starts recirculating cleaner, filtered air from within. Think about how useful that is when you're stuck behind an old diesel truck pumping black smoke, or when you're crawling through city traffic surrounded by exhaust fumes. With recirculation on, your car literally seals you off from all that pollution, smoke, and dust. You breathe cleaner air, your cabin stays cooler, and your air conditioner doesn't have to work nearly as hard. In fact, it can improve cooling efficiency by up to 20% on hot days. There's even another benefit. Using this feature reduces how much dirt and debris pass through your cabin air filter, meaning it lasts longer, and you save on maintenance. However, there's one small rule most people miss. If your windows start fogging up on a rainy or cold day, turn recirculation off. That's because reusing moist air will make fog worse. Switch to fresh air mode for a few minutes and let the AC dry the air out. It's a simple system, but when you use it right, it can transform your driving experience, protecting your lungs, saving energy, and keeping every breath inside your car fresh. Tip 7. The speed-sensitive volume controls smart sound on every road. Here's a feature that quietly works behind the scenes in more cars than you realize. Ever notice how sometimes your music seems to get louder as you drive faster and quieter as you slow down? That's not your imagination. It's a hidden system called Speed-Sensitive Volume Control, or SVC for short. Here's how it works. As your car speeds up, road noise, wind, and tire sounds all increase. SVC automatically senses this and gently raises your audio volume to compensate, keeping your favorite music or podcast perfectly audible without you having to touch a single button. Then, as you slow down, the system lowers the volume again for a calmer ride through city streets. This feature doesn't just make driving more enjoyable, it actually makes it safer. Constantly reaching to adjust the volume distracts you from the road, even if it's just for a second. With SVC, your sound adjusts automatically, leaving your hands on the wheel and your focus exactly where it should be. And here's the fun part. Many drivers don't even realize it exists in their car. You can usually find it in your infotainment or sound settings under speed volume or SVC. Turn it on, and you'll instantly feel the difference. Long drives become smoother, podcasts stay clear even at highway speeds, and your car suddenly feels a little smarter than you gave it credit for. It's the kind of quiet innovation that modern engineering does best, working invisibly in the background to make your drive just a little bit better. Tip 8. The Auto Hold Function. Freedom in traffic. You know that feeling when you're stuck at a long red light, your foot hovering over the brake pedal, your ankle starting to ache. Or when you're creeping forward in rush hour traffic, constantly pressing and releasing the brake every few seconds. It's tiring, right? That's exactly why modern cars introduced the auto hold feature, a small button that brings big relief. It's usually found near the parking brake or the gear shifter, and it does something incredibly convenient. Once you come to a complete stop and the auto hold light turns on, you can take your foot off the brake. The car will stay perfectly still, no rolling, no creeping forward, until you tap the gas again. It's like having an invisible hand holding your car in place. This feature is especially useful on hills or in stop-and-go traffic. It keeps your car steady without needing to press the brake pedal over and over again. For drivers who spend hours in city traffic, it's a small miracle. Even better, it's safer than traditional handbrake methods. The system uses your car's hydraulic brakes, holding all four wheels evenly so you stay stable without strain. And once you start moving, auto hold releases smoothly, letting you drive off without even noticing the transition. No jerks, no lurching, just a clean, calm start every time. If your car has this feature and you've never used it, give it a try on your next drive. Your ankles will thank you, and you might find yourself wondering how you ever managed those endless traffic jams without it. Coming up next, we'll dive into 3 clever fuel and temperature features that most drivers completely overlook. Tiny symbols and tricks that can save you time, money, and maybe even prevent a costly repair. Stay tuned. Tip 9. The fuel pump arrow. Never guess again at the gas station. You've probably done this before. You pull into a gas station with a rental or a new car and suddenly realize you have no idea which side the fuel cap is on. You lean out the window, check the mirrors, or even get out of the car to look. It's awkward. It wastes time, and it happens to almost everyone at least once. But here's the secret. Your car has been trying to tell you the answer all along. Take a look at your dashboard, right next to the fuel pump icon. See that tiny arrow pointing to the left or the right? That's your answer. It tells you exactly which side the fuel door is on. This clever little symbol has been standard in cars since the 1990s, yet most drivers never notice it. It's one of those small design touches that saves time and embarrassment every single time you fill up. So next time you rent a car or drive someone else's vehicle, glance at that little arrow before you even pull in. It's such a small detail, but it makes you look like you've been driving that car for years. No guessing, no circling the pump, no getting out to check. Just one glance, one decision, and done. Sometimes it's the smallest details that make us feel like pros behind the wheel. Tip 10. The fuel cap hook. Prevent costly mistakes in 2 seconds. Now that you're at the pump, here's another secret that can save you from a $3,000 repair bill. And all it takes is 2 seconds of awareness. When you open your fuel door, look closely inside. You'll often find a small hook, notch, or slot molded into the inside panel. That's not decoration. It's a fuel cap holder. It's designed to keep your gas cap clean and secure while you're filling up. Why does that matter? Because letting the cap dangle down or setting it on the trunk or roof can cause trouble you might not see right away. A dangling cap can scratch your paint. Worse, when the cap hits the dirty side of your car, grit and dust can cling to the threads. When you screw it back on, the dirt can make its way into your fuel system, and over time, it can clog your fuel injectors or damage your pump. That's a repair that easily costs thousands. And yet the fix is ridiculously simple. Every time you refuel, hang the cap on that little hook or slot where it belongs. It takes 2 seconds and keeps your system clean. Here's a bonus tip. If your car uses a capless fueling system, don't forget that you still have an emergency funnel, usually stored near your spare tire. It's designed for filling the tank with a portable fuel can, but you need to know where it is before an emergency hits. A little care at the pump goes a long way toward keeping your engine healthy, your paint intact, and your wallet safe. Tip 11. Remote window vent. Beat the heat. Before you get in now, let's tackle something every driver hates. Getting into a car that feels like an oven in the middle of summer. You open the door, and a wave of heat hits you like a blast from a hairdryer. The seats burn your skin, the steering wheel is untouchable, and for the first few minutes, you can hardly breathe. But what if you could cool your car before you even step inside? Well, in many cars, you can, and it's hidden right on your key fob. Most modern vehicles have a remote window vent feature, even though few people know it exists. Here's how it works. Press and hold the unlock button on your fob for a few seconds, and you'll see all your windows roll down automatically. On some models, it's a quick double press and hold. This simple trick lets the trapped hot air escape and draws in cooler outside air. So when you finally open the door, the temperature drops instantly. It's especially useful if you park outdoors or live in a hot climate. It's not just about comfort, though. Letting the heat escape can actually protect your interior from long-term sun damage. Your dashboard, leather seats, and electronics last longer when you keep cabin temperatures down. And the best part? You don't need any new gadget or setting. Just your existing key fob and a few seconds of patience. So next time you're walking toward your car on a scorching afternoon, press and hold that unlock button from a distance. Feel the air move, hear the soft hum of the windows rolling down, and enjoy stepping into a car that's already cool and ready to go. A simple press, a small breeze, and you've just mastered one of the most overlooked comfort hacks your car already has. Tip 12. The Snowflake Warning Light. Your dashboard's quiet safety signal. Here's something most drivers see all the time, but almost never understand. You're driving on a cold morning, and suddenly a tiny snowflake icon or ice warning light pops up on your dashboard. Most people ignore it, assuming it's just another symbol in the sea of dashboard lights. But this one could literally save your life. That snowflake is your car's way of warning you that the road may be icy, even if it looks perfectly clear. It usually activates when the outside temperature drops to around 37 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 3 degrees Celsius, right at the point where black ice can begin to form. Black ice is the most dangerous kind. It's nearly invisible and forms on bridges, shaded curves, and overpasses long before you see frost on the ground. Your car's temperature sensors detect these conditions before your eyes do, and that tiny icon is your signal to slow down, keep distance, and drive gently. In newer models, the warning can even change color, from yellow to red, depending on how close the temperature is to freezing. Some advanced vehicles even share this data with nearby cars to warn other drivers through connected safety systems. So next time you see that snowflake appear, don't shrug it off. Ease off the accelerator, avoid sudden steering, and remember, it's not just a cute winter symbol, it's your car quietly protecting you from the road ahead. One small icon, one smart decision. That's what keeps you safe when nature turns unpredictable. Tip 13. Tire Fill Assist, the smart way to inflate your tires. We've all been there, crouched beside a gas station air pump, trying to guess when to stop adding air to the tires. You fill a little, check the gauge, fill some more. It's guesswork, and it's frustrating. But many modern cars have a built-in system that does the thinking for you, and most drivers don't even know it exists. It's called Tire Fill Assist, or sometimes Easy Fill Alert, and it turns tire maintenance into something anyone can do with confidence. Here's how it works. When you start adding air to a tire, the car's sensors monitor the pressure in real time. The moment you reach the correct pressure, the horn chirps or the hazard lights flash, telling you to stop. No more squatting with a handheld gauge or overfilling by accident. You get perfect tire pressure every time, without any guesswork. Proper tire pressure is about more than just comfort. It's safety, fuel economy, and tire longevity, all rolled into one. Underinflated tires wear out faster, handle poorly, and use more fuel. Overinflated ones reduce traction and make the ride harsher. So the next time you top up your tires, watch for that little signal. Check your door jamb sticker for the recommended PSI, set the air machine, and let your car tell you when it's done. And if your car doesn't have this feature, here's a bonus tip. Invest in a small digital tire inflator with an auto stop setting. It's a few dollars well spent for peace of mind. Your tires are the only part of your car that actually touches the road. Keeping them perfectly balanced means you'll drive smoother, safer, and save money with every mile. Tip 14. Reverse tilt mirrors park. Like a pro. Every time parallel, parking or backing into a tight spot can be nerve-wracking, especially when you're worried about scraping the curb or clipping another car. But what if your car could give you a perfect view of the ground automatically every single time you shift into reverse? That's exactly what the reverse tilt mirror feature does. When you put your car in reverse, your side mirrors automatically tilt downward to show you the curb, parking lines, or obstacles near your rear tires. It's one of those quiet features that feels like magic once you've used it. To activate it, simply adjust your mirrors the way you like them while the car is in reverse. Then save that position to your memory seat settings, usually by pressing and holding one of the numbered memory buttons. After that, every time you shift into reverse, your mirrors will dip automatically, then return to normal once you go back to drive. It's an elegant solution that protects your wheels, your paint, and your nerves. You can see exactly where the tires are in relation to the curb, and parking in tight spots suddenly becomes effortless. And if your car doesn't have auto-tilting mirrors, don't worry. You can do it manually. Slightly angle your passenger side mirror downward when reversing to see the curb, then reset it when you're done. It's a simple habit that makes a world of difference. Once you've experienced it, you'll never want to park without it again. Because driving confidently isn't about having a perfect car. It's about knowing how to make the most of the one you already have. Coming up next, we'll reveal one final hidden feature that most people overlook. A function so simple, yet so brilliant, it can completely eliminate one of the most common worries every driver has when walking away from their car. Stay with me. Tip 15. Walk away auto lock. End the "did I lock my car?" moment forever. We've all had that moment. You're halfway across the parking lot, arms full of groceries, when a sudden doubt hits. Did I lock the car? You stop, look back, and then either press the button again or walk all the way back to check. But modern cars have quietly solved this everyday frustration with one of the simplest yet smartest features ever created. Walk away auto lock. Here's how it works. Once you step away from your car with the key fob in your pocket or bag, the vehicle automatically senses when the fob moves out of range. After a few seconds, it locks the doors by itself. No buttons, no second guesses. Some cars even give a soft beep or a flash of the lights to let you know it's secure. And that's not all. Many vehicles also fold the mirrors in when the doors lock, so you can see from a distance that your car is sealed tight. No need to wonder or double-check. A quick glance at those folded mirrors is all it takes to know everything's safe. This feature does more than save you time. It protects your car from one of the most common causes of theft, forgetting to lock it in the first place. You'd be surprised how often it happens. Studies show that a huge percentage of stolen vehicles or break-ins happen because the car was simply left unlocked. Turning on auto-lock removes that risk completely. It's a quiet layer of security that works 24/7 without asking you to do anything extra. To activate it, open your vehicle settings and look for walk-away lock, passive locking, or smart lock options. You can usually choose a delay time, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or 1 minute, depending on your preference. Once you turn it on, you'll notice something immediately. Peace of mind. You'll walk away from your car, hear that gentle confirmation beep, and feel a subtle sense of relief knowing it took care of itself. It's one of those features that reminds us how far car design has come, not just in technology, but in understanding human behavior. Because sometimes the smartest car isn't the one that drives itself, it's the one that remembers for you. So the next time you park, don't look back. Just walk away with confidence. Your car has already done the rest. And there you have it, 15 hidden car features that turn ordinary vehicles into brilliant machines of comfort, safety, and convenience. You see, great driving isn't just about horsepower or technology, it's about awareness. The more you understand your car, the more it gives back to you. These small details, these thoughtful designs, they all come together to make every drive smoother, every trip easier, and every moment behind the wheel just a little bit better. So take a few minutes today to try them out. Find that hidden key in your fob. Test the shift lock override. Adjust your steering wheel to the perfect fit. Check the fuel arrow, use the cap hook, enable the walkaway lock. Because the more familiar you become with your car's hidden potential, the more you realize you've been sitting in a masterpiece of clever engineering all along. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Mechanical Wonders, where we uncover the secrets of modern machines, one feature at a time. Because when you understand your car, you don't just drive it, you master it.